The cast of Critical Role was really trying to drive home that things were going to be different when it came to the Mighty Nein animated series compared to the actual play, and I still don't think people really grasped just how different it would be. Because just in these first 3 episodes, a lot of the starting points are different, where characters are, the relationships are different than what we knew from the actual play. And I'm going to try to talk about these things and what it means for the show in general without spoiling too much. So if you're expecting to get a lot of the nitty-gritty details about this, you're probably not going to get that here. But I hope you'll stick around anyway, and if you enjoy Critical Role, The Mighty Nein, and other nerd culture content around Dungeons & Dragons and more, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and by the end of it, leave a comment down below, even if you have nothing to say, to help me with the algorithm and get more of me in yours. Now let's talk about all these differences. So first and foremost, we know way more about the beacon than we did previously. Like, they didn't even really come into the beacon until later on in the actual play, and now it's like everywhere at the start. We of course have seen other characters that Matt says he knew, for instance Essek, were in there at that time. The party just didn't meet him until much later, so that part isn't too much of a difference. It's just not something we saw. That's what I expected, is more of like background things and knowing what Ichthon was doing and all these sorts of things. Like that I expected us to get a look at. I didn't think we were going to have like a different introduction to Yasha. Her thing is vastly different. I didn't think we'd have a completely different coming together for Not and Caleb. I didn't think there wouldn't be a relationship between Molly and Yasha at this point. Literally don't even know each other, even though we met them having been sort of a duo there at the carnival. And some of those things happened in the Session Zero before we ever witnessed them on the Mighty Nein in episode 1 of campaign 2. However, we discovered them as we watched, right? We knew that those things had happened, they'd been talked about, but now those things are different. Bo is another one that really has changed quite a bit. Now she knows all about the beacon and she's already training with Dairon, and there's all these sorts of things that's like, whoa, none of that happened, at least not anywhere close to the beginning. And this isn't a complaint, right? I'm not saying this is a problem. I think that they did this because they wanted to tell a different story or tell it in a more approachable way for an audience. We knew that campaign 2 did jump around a lot and it, a lot of different tangents and things like that. So they needed to find out what is the thread, what is the story that we can follow, but they changed a lot here at the beginning. I mean, we are starting from like totally different places to some degree. And not getting Yasha for most of it, yeah, that fits, but like the reasoning behind it, they have changed what she's doing, why she's doing it. We now know things that she didn't know for quite some time. There's just a lot that has, when you're watching it, you're like, whoa, that's different. Not bad, but that's not what that was, and that's not what that was, and they didn't meet this way, and they shouldn't know each other yet, right? They should know each other now. All those things are happening, and again, I don't think many people knew it would be to this degree. They talked about it, as I stated in the beginning, they kept trying to really nail that. It's going to be different. There are lots of changes. There's going to be different things. We heard Travis and others say this a lot during the marketing of this animated series, but I don't think people really expected. You tell me if I'm wrong, share it in the comments that you knew it would be this different, that none of this is surprising to you, but it is to me, and I've seen posts from others who also felt that way. I just wanted to talk about it. This is very different. Do you like that? Is it cool because now you're getting a different perspective, or is it kind of breaking some canon for you? That's something that some people are gonna have a problem digesting. Is like, whoa, this isn't what I watched. This isn't what those characters did, or where they came from, or how they met, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we did see some other differences with like the novels and things like that, but still, it is a little jarring at times. I want to know what you all think. Share it down in the comments below. And once again, if you like content just like this, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. If you want to support me making content like this and staying full time, consider becoming a member here on YouTube or subscribe to my Patreon. Links down below. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, good luck in your adventures.